Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, we will learn about another essential loop construct in bash scripting, the while loop. Unlike for loop with a predetermined number of iterations, while loop keeps running as long as a specific condition remains true. Imagine you need to keep checking a file until it becomes available or wait for user input that meets certain criteria. There you can use while loop. It continuously executes a block of code until the condition you specify becomes false. So first, let's see the basic structure of a while loop. So this is the basic syntax of a while loop. While loop checks the condition before each iteration. If the condition is true, the commands inside the loop are executed. This process repeats until the condition becomes false. So let's start with a simple example to print numbers from 1 to 5. So in this script, we first initializes a variable named count and its initial value is set to 1. We will use this variable to keep track of our loop iterations. Next, we set up the while loop and the condition for which the loop will run. The loop will continue to run as long as the value of count is less than or equals to 5. This -le stands for less than or equals to. Then we have this do block. The commands within this block will be executed repeatedly as long as the condition is true. And inside this loop block, we print the current value of count, and after printing the count, we increment the value of count by 1 by using incremental operator. Then at last we have the done keyword that marks the end of the loop block. Once the done keyword is reached, the loop will go back to the while condition to check whether it is false or true and whether it should continue running. So now let's run this script. So as you can see, in each iteration, this prints the value of this variable count from 1 to 5, and as soon as it reaches 5, the loop terminates. So this is how the while loop works. Now let's look into another example that continues running until a user enters a specific keyword. Let's say exit. Whenever the user enters exit, it will stop running, else it will keep running indefinitely. So in this script, we first initialize an empty variable named input. Then we have this while loop. This while loop continues to prompt the user for input until they type exit. So here we are telling this while loop that if input is not equals to exit, then keep running. Then here this read command captures the input from the user, which is then echoed back through this echo command. So let's run this script. So now it is prompting that enter something. Let's enter say quit. So the loop still continue running. It prints that you enter quit, and again it is prompting that enter something. So this loop will continue running unless you enter this specific keyword exit. So if you enter exit, this loop will terminate and it will print loop ends, which is outside this while loop. You can also use logical expression in while loop. Let me show you an example. So let's say we want to specify multiple keywords to exit from this loop. Let's say now we want if the user enters exit or quit, the loop will terminate. And for this, we are going to use the AND operator. So in this script, we use two keywords, exit and quit, to end the loop with the help of AND logical operator. The condition now checks that input is neither exit nor quit. As long as the condition is true, the loop continues running. So if user enters any of these keywords, exit or quit, the loop will terminate and it will print loop ends. So let's run the script. So it says enter something. So now let's enter quit. So it says you entered quit, loop ends. That means the loop terminates. Now if you again run it and you enter exit, then this loop will also terminate. So now you can use these two keywords, exit and quit, to terminate this loop. So this is how you can use logical operators in the condition block in while loop. You can also use command substitution within a while loop. For instance, let's create a script that reads line from a file and prints them. So in this present directory, I already created one file, this test.txt. In this test.txt file, I have few lines. This is first line, this is second line, and this is third line. Now I will make a script that will read each of these line and print them on the screen. So let's do it. So in this script, we first initialize a variable called file name, where we assign the name of the file that we want to read. As this file test.txt and my script is in the same directory, I only provided the file name. But if your file is in a different directory, then you have to provide the full file path. Next, we set up this while loop and its condition that reads each line of the file into the variable line. And this IFS sets the internal field separator to an empty value, which prevents leading or trailing white space from being trimmed. The read command reads the line from the input file and stores it in the variable line. And the R option tells the read command not to interpret backslashes as escape characters. Then we have this do block where we echo back each of the line that is read from that file. Then we have this less than and the file name variable. This part redirects the content of the file specified by file name into the loop. So let's run this script. So as you can see, in each iteration, it prints one line at a time. So in first iteration, it prints this is the first line, then this is second line, and in the last iteration, this is third line. So this is how you can use a while loop to read the contents of a file. So that's all for today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more programming tutorials. So see you in the next video.